Okay, guys, before, we're gonna start this video just in a few minutes. But before we start the video, there's a seriously problem going around. Bullying. So, there's these 3 people from my school. I'm not gonna mention their names, or I'm not gonna mention the person that they were bullying. So, they were cyberbullying on Instagram, that girl, and they were calling her HORS. And they were calling her that. And so I'm guessing that she felt like she was nothing because those 3 people were just being flat out, I don't even want to say that word because I'm not going to get restricted on YouTube. And they need to go to they're in they were in ISS today, but they're going to DAP on Monday. And there was this, so no cutting protein. Okay, now I'm actually serious back again. So stop, don't waste that. So they were they're going to DAP, of course, but there was these 2 people that I would expect them to do it, but then there was this one person that nobody ever suspects that she's going to do something like that. So I think, still the 3rd person's fault, but the 2 other people probably talked her into it, but she still had the choice to say no, but she didn't. And bullies, they bully because they're insecure about themselves. And so everything that they say to you, let's say they call you a whole bunch of names, right then they're just talking about themselves. They're not talking about you, they're just talking about themselves.
Bullies?
So don't forget that. And always think positive, don't bully, and don't let bullies get to you. Just say, great job in finding that out about yourself, or don't even say that, actually. Because then it makes them ag on because you're saying stuff bad about them, and they just keep on saying it. Just say okay. Just say okay, no matter what.
99,
you'll win.
99.9 times out of 100, the bully has either been bullied himself or just
has been abused, or has
had not a good
went through a horrible things.
Yeah,
get more in the camera.
Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna make a random example. Let's say this kid named Terrence had a terrible.
It's not the real person. Okay, it's not.
I just made
That's
somebody.
We had to make a name.
A kid named Terrence.
2 girls and 1 boy.
A kid named Terrence had a bad house.
Was abused. And his sister was, let's say she was abused too.
And he didn't even get anything to eat. Then he went to the counselor's office. And then the counselor would actually help him. People were bullying him because he didn't dress good because they wouldn't buy him stuff. So also you don't judge a book by its cover because you don't know what's been going on with him.
I can't mention his name, but there's a kid at my school that Miss Dunn told. Not Miss Dunn. Yeah. No, it's not her. There's a teacher that told us that there's one kid that the only time that he gets to eat is at school. He gets to eat during the summers, but he can't come home because they're not rich. They're not medium. They're don't have very much money. And the bullies, that girl that got cyberbullied, do you really have to look at your social media? You just don't get on it, just delete it.
Or block the person.
Or block those 3 people. But then they post it up on their story and then more people. Just delete the whole deal.
People are... Alright. So,
and then...
whoever told, good for you, because if that would have kept happening, she could have hurt herself or hurt somebody else.
Yeah, I haven't met anybody. Yeah, I have met somebody that's tried to commit suicide before.
Yeah, same. I met a lot of people.
And there's this other kid at my school that, I'm not going to say his name, but he can't really fight for himself. He's not mentally disabled or anything, but there is a kid that I try to protect that's mentally disabled. He's not in my grade though. He's in 4th. And there's another kid, as I'm talking about, is that he gets bullied a whole bunch. So I try to say, hey, y'all just need to stop. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah. Like last year, Jacksania and Mickey, those aren't their real names, but they were bullying this kid. So I told them stop, and they just kept on. So I told them go move up there and make sure you don't get bullied. And then there's another kid named that lives in my neighborhood, and he's mentally disabled. Like, who has those problems of just
bullying a mentally.
I mean, that's even worse, but it's still bad to bully anybody. Period. But so I make sure people don't bully him. Like, I even told a person, don't bully him. Okay. But they're smaller than me, so that, I mean, I feel like they're scared. I don't want them to be scared of me though. I know that person. I mean, I don't want him to be scared of me. I just want him to stop. Because I'm like way bigger than him. Not a lot.
Anyways, the moral of the story is don't
be a bully
or don't judge a book by its cover. So, yeah.
And the only reason I'm talking to you about this is because it's gone on to my school, and I pray for those families that their child gets bullied, and there's something else I need to talk about. So it's always on the news. It's been on the news for like 2 days, I think. Yesterday, and today. So there was a person, a mother.
They killed her 2 daughters, and she lived
in
our
probably
town.
heard of this. Yeah, and this is the first time in a long time that I've ever heard anything like that in Maybank. In Maybank. They actually said Maybank on the news. They don't say the DW area. They said Maybank. And I pray for those families that were related to her, that knew her. I'm telling you, my 7th grade teachers were bawling their eyes out because of that. And that mom tried to make an excuse,
saying that they got on her nerves.
That she was in depression. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but that she was depressed. So that's why she did it. Go see somebody. Go get help. You know those kids. They could have done something really worth their life. They could have.
They could have been models or something. Like I'm just gonna use something random. Like they could have been.
They could have been anything. They could have been.
A famous basketball player.
Like like our teacher. We have a teacher.
Yeah, bro. Our science teacher is good. Yeah, our science teacher. She broke her foot like 2 days.
Her leg looks overgrown.
I was there when she broke her foot.
That.
I was there when she broke her foot. Me and Ty.
And
bad. She fell hard.
So back on topic. The mother of those 2 kids. I hope she feels really bad. I really do.
She should.
I hope she. I'm not. I mean, don't go against this, but I hope she either gets life or something worse, because you will get a punishment for what you do. And those kids, I hope they're. You know how people always say whenever somebody dies that they're always in a better place? Well, can I tell you something? Yes, they may be in a better place, but then listen to this. And then they say that I won't cry because they're in a better place. If you cry, there's no problem with that. Just bawl your eyes out if you have to. I know someone who died that it was devastating. And I think he knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say him. But he's hopefully up with God. And it was bad. My mom. So we had to let her borrow a truck. And she got in a crash. She didn't die. Don't say it. She didn't die. And she... Show them a picture of them. No. They probably already know anyways. So she broke her foot, but if she was in like a smaller car, she could have died. Like, no lie. If she was in like a smaller car, then she could have been hurt bad. Yeah, and those 2 kids, they went to Southside. People are going through counseling. See all that mother caused? My friend said that my friend that goes to my school, that's in my grade, that's in, I think, more than one of my classes. He said that those two girls rode his bus. It's like, and about bullying, like, what's the whole point? Judge yourself before you judge other. No lie, if you bully, you're insecure and you need to get help. And if you're getting bullied, just don't pay attention. Let's say it does hurt you. Just be like, okay, and then they'll stop. Trust me. I used to get bullied when I was littler. I said, okay, bye. I said, okay, good for you. And I just walked off, and they like after a month, they stopped. And that's too long. Usually by 2 weeks, they'll stop.
This 10 minutes, or this, okay, by this time I speak, it'd be 11 minutes. You see how fast this went by? It's because we're talking the truth. So, you want to end it? Alright, so
Keep your feet words last stuff.
alright, so I think we're gonna end it. But anyways, just don't bully. Bullying can lead up to bad stuff.
Like suicide?
We went from bullying
To death.
we went from bullying to our teacher breaking her foot to death.
To who breaking her foot?
To the teacher.
Oh, that's not the reason she broke her foot.
I know, but you know what I mean. We got off topic bad, but like.
So yeah. But
But
bullying
but
is a
y'all
serious
understand,
matter.
yeah.
So if you bully,
Then stop.
instead of bullying and being negative, try to be a friend and be positive.
Yeah. Try to get some help.
Like no lie, this kid would bully me, and now today I'm his friend.
You might bully and think you might bully.
And think you got it bad. Have you seen those kids down in other countries that don't get food? They don't get shirts. They don't get. Well, maybe they get shirts, but it's made out of like deer skins and stuff. I mean, that would be pretty comfortable, but still, they don't get a whole bunch of money. They don't get houses that we got today. We live in them. This is a trailer park, and I live in a mobile home. I'm so happy I live here. Who cares where you live if you're not? The only place, like, I don't care where I live as long as it's with my family, and it's not in like a bad place. I would be okay with a smaller house, and this is I think it's a double house deal. It's fun, and we get to, all of us really get to have a lot of fun and do a whole bunch of stuff, as you've probably seen in some of the videos. But there's some kids out there that get bullied. They could get sexually abused. They could get abused. They could get not fed.
They could get mentally broken down.
Yeah, they could get mentally broken down. They could do drugs because their parents tell them to. Say that's drug abuse. They could drink alcohol because their parents tell them to, or they just do them by separate. People. So let's say there's this girl at my school that her parents got a divorce. So my parents got a divorce too. I wasn't all like, I mean, I was maybe crying because I was littler. I was like 7 or something. No, like 8. I was crying when she left. But that doesn't make me think any worse of one of those parents. I'm not gonna tell you which one left. She thought she had it bad just because her parents divorced. But she never looked at those kids that get bullied, abused, tossed around by their parents, and beat. And I hope y'all enjoyed this.
I hope y'all really
understood. I hope this really did something for y'all. And if it didn't, and if you're a bully, just please quit. Don't bully. It's not right.
And if you bully at my school, bro, like, I'm gonna tell the teacher on you. Like, I'm not even trying to be.
Okay, so if you bully people, like let's say, like,
try to stop. If you can't stop, try.
I'll stand up for some kids. I mean, I actually all kids, even if I don't like them, even if they've been a bully to me, if they're being bullied, I'll get my friends and I'll make sure they'll stop. I mean, I'm not gonna hit them. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna make sure they're stopped.
Unless it comes to that measure.
Well, you have to hit them. It's called self-defense.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all really enjoyed that talk, and I hope y'all really listened, and I'll see y'all later.